Hello, friends.
Hey, mic check.
Check 1, 2. Sounds good for you.
Yeah, do you see recording on the top left?
I see rec. Yes, it's blinking.
Okay, interesting. I don't see it, but I think I'm going to back up record just in case.
Only speakers are recorded. It does say that the space is recorded.
Okay, good, good. Do you mind emceeing? Because I,
Yeah, happy to. Doing some shit in the background?
yeah.
Happy to. Let's just wait for people to show up for maybe another minute or two. We're piling in. If anybody wants to line up and kind of be first or speak, feel free to hop on stage. I will go over this again, but just so you know, this is the usual thing we do. You get 5 minutes. Give us the update of what you got done this week. I don't care about what you're getting done next week. I don't care what you got done last week. What you got done this week. This is about accountability and really trying to, keep this thing grinding in honor of our dear friend Elon and others who work hard like him.
And if you have a project of your own in the AI agent space, feel free to come up here and tell us what you worked on.
Got some. We'll wait one more minute, and then we'll just get started because everyone's got stuff to do. Feel like we hit the ground running this week. So much stuff going on. So many cool things. I feel like it's going faster, not slower.
Yeah, I was noticing last week was a bunch of people asking about how do I get the bot up and running. This week, everyone's like, how do I write a plugin?
Yep. Maybe I'll go first as people come in. I think we've gotten a lot done this week. Obviously, I'm moving from being like hardcore developer to trying to do a lot of education and outreach and stuff. I think the most interesting thing that I got done this week was just making sure that the AI Agent Dev School was kind of well prepared for and went well. And I feel like we're finally, I don't know. I think that's probably the best thing we could be doing is just teaching everybody how to be devs and how to build stuff. So I'm actually out here. We had a lot of the members of the DAO come out. Not all of them, but some of the people who've been around since Degen Spartan days. We just like planned to come meet each other IRL and SF. So we've been all hanging out and getting a whole lot of stuff done. Unfortunately, most of the things that I got done this week, I cannot share with you guys yet. But they're really fucking cool. Really, really, really cool stuff. So yeah, I will. I'm gonna keep it real short for myself, because that's just where it is. You're gonna have to see it on the timeline when it drops. So let's see. We're gonna line up some people. Now that I got my thing out of the way, and we're gonna.
I do think that we should have at least like a bit of a vibe check with partners, just for some whatever is lined up, you know what I mean? Like maybe we don't share it today, but if we get a chance in a partners chat later, let's follow up on that.
Yeah. We got a couple of things that we're signing, and once they're signed, I'll be able to share them with partners. And I think that they're really, really, really exciting, cool stuff. And a couple new partnerships and like interesting things coming. I think we're just trying to like not. I think we really want to show stuff that's shipped as opposed to saying this is what's coming. But it's also good to kind of balance that with getting partner feedback. So yeah, I'm kind of open to whatever.
Yeah, I mean, this project has grown a lot, and you saw it's like #2 trending monthly on GitHub. That comes with growing pains, and it kind of brings me back to the things that I shared about last week, and also Odie on the stage has been helping with. in terms of like there's such a whirlwind of updates and things happening that people have a real hard time keeping up. And you also feel like it's accelerating, and so it's like I've been thinking about how we could manage this and sort of looking inwards, like how can we like create an easy interface that someone doesn't just have to keep checking Discord and X. That's a very clunky experience to like get caught up. And a DAO at its core is all about trust, transparency, and coordination. And so how we kind of like set up this foundation for communications to be strong and just kind of like coordinated. I mean, we're using like a lot of these platforms that a lot of projects and people use, but it's at a much faster and bigger scale. So a lot of it, though, is going to be reusable for a lot of other projects. But yeah, just I want us to like utilize this hackathon coming up and other things just like ahead of time, because as a comms person, I'm like nervous when so many things are lined up in terms of announcements and things. It's like you make one announcement, but then people in the other time zone might not see it, and then you have to like duplicate it across all sorts of chats. It's like I really want to just like work on more dev stuff and not so much ops stuff, And so just figuring out how we can make things more autonomous to keep people synchronized, up to date with information. And I think AI agents can be really useful for that. And this is a common pattern across a lot of organizations as they scale, or projects or movements, So it's like AI is really good at summarization, taking unstructured data and making it structured. And we're doing that with GitHub. We're doing that with Discord. Like I built basically profiles, of every GitHub contributor, and I can do that soon with every Discord contributor using sentiment on, if you've been helping or asking questions, engaging, and it's like who is doing what, who has what skills. The whole server is kind of set up where, we can eventually this project can start to feel more like a video game in a way. And we have these interfaces and AI agents that are playing all sorts of different roles throughout. But I think we're at the limits of like just human coordination, and really hoping to hear if peeps are working on anything related to AI agents that can help manage open source projects, communities, just AI agents that aren't like influencers on a timeline, but maybe assistants or project managers or writers,
Do you guys have like a newsletter or anything like that?
That's another great idea. We can take a change log. We can take all the summaries from the week across the Discord that we've summarized, and some Twitter stuff, and then we can create a newsletter. That's like, a good low-hanging fruit idea right there.
Yep. So I totally agree, and I think we're obviously we should be really trying to solve all of the coordination problems. But let's keep it tight. Let's keep it to what we got done this week. Let's give it a roll. We got a few hundred people here now. I don't know, a couple hundred. And a lot of people who would like to speak, and I'd love to hear from. I know a lot got done this week. I think I'd like to start with Reality Spiral, because I mean, you did some excellent work on testing, on a bunch of base stuff. I mean, a bunch of stuff. So maybe we'll start with Reality Spiral, then Boya, then Odie, then Yoda, and then Wiki. Assuming you got on speaker to share what you got done this week. That sound cool? All right, Reality Spiral, you're up.
Cool. Okay. Thanks everybody. Thank you for coming over, and Shaw, thanks for the shout. Essentially, we have a few kind of areas. I know we're trying to focus in part on what we've done and maybe a bit of teasers on what's coming. One of the big things we've been working on is GitHub integration, which we actually shipped a PR on. Pretty much everything you can find links for, by the way, on our timeline that we're talking about at this stage. So the GitHub integration works pretty well as a general plugin. We are very close. There's a PR that's like almost submitted for review on using it as a provider. And essentially the next step is then pulling it in as an evaluator. We have showed a couple of short demo videos about a way the entire GitHub is like taken in as a memory for a particular repo. And then we have like the cool thing about Eliza is obviously free form cognition on any platform that it connects with. So we show a bit about an agent actually reasoning about a potential GitHub changes. So that's that. We essentially want to do that as an entire plugin. Another big thing we would say is on testing. So the way that we're looking at things, kind of, to the host's comment around just coordination. Half of the coordination efforts require maybe product managers or project managers or some AIs that like broadcast information in certain ways, and that's great. We've actually stocked up a bit on architecture and product people because devs are great, but as a dev is literally calling for, like getting everybody on the same page is cool. But the other side of it is infrastructure. Like, does this thing actually work as we expect? So we have essentially, I think we just tweeted around this and also announced it in the internal like AI16z dev Discord that we are building out like a pretty meaningful testing framework. The expectation is that we start with just the unit tests, make sure those all work, getting CI/CD stuff set up so that people can. There already is a CI/CD platform, but just making sure that the like people can run that even if they aren't necessarily a maintainer. And then like we want to then add on to that the capacity to test like at an integration level, like so integration tests end to end for particular features, which we think is really important because of scenarios. So say that these plugins work, but like do they actually get called when you need them? So we're writing out some scenarios for actually GitHub integration. We also are doing some for Coinbase, which we'll talk about in a bit. But like the expectation, actually, you should see in the next coming maybe in the very near future is we'll say, hey, for this time slot, maybe for a couple hours or a couple days, we're going to be running these scenarios, and you can watch on Discord or Telegram or Twitter as our agents try to do certain things and then get feedback. And we feel like that's a good middle step, not quite an arena, but it's a way that you can see the agents engage, and then we can kind of refine there. So we're sharing a lot of this stuff with everybody. Then I would say there's Coinbase work. So a lot of people have been interested in that. I'm just going to do a quick rundown of what we've done here. So there's Coinbase Commerce, which we kind of see as like an invoicing tool. You send a message to an agent, and it can now create a charge for you, and then you can and then that like it's essentially like a receipt or a charge or an invoice or kind of certification that you've like bought a particular thing. There's also SDK transfers. This is again using the CDP Coinbase's SDK. Also trading, so the ability to execute trades, and then also the ability to create tokens with ERC compatible chains, so ERC20, NFTs, I think maybe one or two other token standards. There's also some work that we did around the web code for Coinbase. Some of this is not the SDK, but we did that. Getting wallet details, transfers, and balances. Also, we set a default of 1% for transactions using the SVSC to go to charity. Important from a vibes perspective. I mean, like if we're really going to build AGI, we got to have some kind of UBI component in there, and more on that later. I just want to run through a lot of updates because there's a bit of stuff that happened, but we think that that's really important. And we are actually testing advanced trading with Coinbase right now, and what we call contract invocation. So this contract invocation is something that actually just allows you to use any contract, like any at least ERC20 type contract. So this would be crazy, right? If the agent can just read a contract and then like invoke any action in the contract, that's like I mean, I don't have to explain. I guess we could riff on that for a while. Then I would say we also actually got in touch with the Coinbase team. So shout out to a lot of those guys: Lincoln, Luca. We actually even got a chat with Jesse, who's like one of the most senior people. I think he runs the base team. Quite a few
Jesse
others.
Pollock.
Jesse Pollock.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah. So they've been really nice. We want to deploy the token on base, but it's now looking more like we're going to represent Eliza in base integration. So there's a lot of amazing integrations that will happen there. You know, that's I would say a lot from us. But the bottom line is like we really want to ship. We really want to do a great job. Base is really interested in like being AI forward, and we are very impressed by the comms for them. So hope this is all helpful information for us.
Yeah, man, really appreciate your contributions. Obviously, it's always been challenging for us to work with other people who have meme coins, because we are in an extremely PvP ecosystem. But I love that we're able to coordinate on this, just so much at such a high level on the open source project. And then like ultimately, like, you know, we've got this kind of presence in Solana, but you guys have really also made a lot of inroads into base. And I think that there's a great, like, we'll figure out what it all means. But man, I really appreciate you guys' work. And I think that there's a way to make this all like very, very win-win. So let's see who's next. We got Boya, then we got Yoda. Oh, sorry. We do Boya, Odie, then Yoda, then Wiki.
Okay. Yeah, so this week I got some work done on a new plugin called Plugin Feel. Basically, that's just going to use triggers to decipher the incoming messages for your agent. If you want, you can have this turned on so that way it will have an emotional adjustment for each user that it interacts with. That adjustment will be stored in memory, and that's actually going to use that memory to inject context into the next outgoing message, and this will be a running thing. So if you're having examples where you're talking to your agent and it just kind of seems to have the same static attitude or kind of just monotone tone, then this is definitely going to change that quite a bit. And there's other things that you could add this to later. So if there's something else you want to hook up that's going to cause triggers for your agent, that's going to change its emotions or whatever, you could do that too. Other than that, I did kind of like a hot fix on a double messaging issue that was happening, but we're kind of, as far as I know, we're reworking the entire messaging system, so I did not PR that. But yeah, that's about it for this week.
Guess I'm up now.
Yeah.
Hey guys. So go ahead.
Awesome. Go for it.
All right. Well, yeah, this week, like I said, a lot of exciting stuff we can't talk about. The Discord, like I said, the conversation has gone from how do I install this thing to how do I write plugins. So a lot of developers are very excited. And I've been mainly helping Jin create some infrastructure around these summarization systems we want to build, as well as upgrade the Discord client. So maybe you can do a little spidering of history and bring that in as well. Yeah, the Discord's just a great place to be. If you're not there, I suggest it. We got like game developers, artists, programmers, crypto guys, ML guys, and everyone just got really great ideas to contribute. So definitely a place to be. And that's about it. We'll have more updates next week.
Awesome, man. Yes, we will. All right. We have Yoda up next. Yoda Master.
Cool. Hey, thanks for having me talk here. Just want to say that this is an incredible project. I've been in the software field for a bunch of years, and I wish I could, be as masterful as a bunch of you guys here. But I just want to say that one of my side jobs is I'm a CS professor at their local university, and I decided to do a little experiment with the Discord server that I have and created a couple of agents and let them loose on there. And it was amazing to see the interaction that it had with the students and stuff like that when they were asking questions. One of the things that that drives me nuts all the time is when they ask like really basic questions that's already documented on Canvas and all, you know, and all the websites and all of that, right? So the bots started to answer the students themselves, and of course the bots also went crazy talking to each other. So like, oh my god! So I had to actually turn them off because I gotta, you know, you know, expand them and, you know, apply some of the stuff that you showed us this week on your classes. By the way, those classes are amazing, right? So hopefully, I shared my experience with the department chair, and he was pretty excited. And you know, the whole Gen AI and agents and all that. And I'm gonna really, you know, next semester gonna apply this a lot deeper to develop these characters and all that. And you know, I've been doing a lot of testing, and you know, finding bugs in here and there and reporting them, and also fixing wherever possible. I'm kind of like the one of the Llama champions for those of you, like, so feel free to reach out if you're having any issues for the local Llama and whatnot. So I kind of, you know, there's so many things in our system here that, you know, I think we need champions for different areas. I also really go by the documentation. I'm a believer that you should read the docs and whatnot, and you know, please report, you know, any issues with the docs, because that's what the users of the system are going to use, right? It's really hard to go through the code and all that, and constantly trying to reverse engineer, trying to, you know, see what it's looking for. So if we read the docs, then other users are going to benefit from that, and also from the classes that are being done. So Shaw, whatever I can do to help to get the, you know, the word out there. I'm trying to get some additional students assigned to me to help develop this further. You know, who knows? There might be some solutions here that we can offer to, you know, Canvas and other folks to build in agents within their platforms and whatnot. So this is very interesting. And the other thing too is might be, I'm trying to convince the department to maybe have a class just on AI agents, using this as a platform for the course over the summer. Back to you guys.
Awesome, man. I sent you a DM, so I was trying to get my mic back on, but I really appreciate your work and your contributions and everything you're doing. It's really cool. We're also doing some education stuff, teaching some courses and things. So I don't know, maybe we should chat.
Okay, yeah, sounds good.
You might really like what we're working on.
Oh, cool. Yeah, and feel free if you want to bring me in to kind of help in that. I'll be happy to contribute on that.
Oh, I think you'll be really into it.
Mhm.
That'll be a big announcement for sure.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Let's see. We got. Let's go with Wiki. How you doing? And then Star Garden, and then Joshua.
Cool. So I don't have much to update on what I did this week, but I'm hearing a lot of like talk about things like coordination and stuff. I think it'd be really fun to make like kind of this like I'm a big fan of Rust, and they have a This Week in Rust newsletter that just covers everything that like interesting that's going on in the project. So even just having that compiled, like what's happening informally here could be transcribed or scraped with an AI to make a nice like list with links, and I think those kinds of things are good for the community. So I'm interested in doing something like that if there's no one doing that already.
Yeah, you should definitely talk to probably Jin. Jin did the coolest thing this week, which was it is like a set of scripts, kind of a bot in its own right, but it sort of just runs that looks at all of the GitHub contributions, what everyone was working on, what they committed, like all the pull requests, all the conversation, and builds this summarization for each user and then ranks them and gives them a score. And we can use that to, I mean, I think this is going to be part of a larger like gamified contribution system, but we can, use that to actually reward the people who are building on our tech stack. But I also think it could be going into a kind of news thing. And somebody just reached out to me today to do like an AI16z news Twitter. So maybe I'll connect you with them. They have the thing and probably want some help and stuff. Could be really cool. And like a lot of opportunity to write code to automate this stuff too.
Yeah. Please DM me their stuff, and I'll look into it.
Very cool. I'd say that the coolest thing that I saw this week was definitely the AI16z profiles thing that Jen made. Like, there was a lot of cool stuff, but I think that that's like, it's not just tech, it's also pointing to a future where you could just contribute to open source code and you get paid and you're taken care of, and you don't even ever have to talk about it. You don't have to like go chase down a bounty. It's just fully automated. I think that's the world we want to live in.
Yeah, a lot less overhead. Also, I'm working on that for Discord too. Just like, I think it'll be really helpful. A lot more people on Discord. Who's doing what? It's more unstructured than GitHub. Can talk about it later.
Great. Let's do Josh from the Star Garden.
Oh, hey, what's up? Yeah, so for this week we got some quite a lot done. We had a lot of like upgrades that we wanted to get done for like the remote Attestation Explorer. So what I ended up doing was refactoring some of the TE plugin and also added some logging features that whenever your agent is deriving a key, it'll generate a remote attestation, and then in the logs you'll be able to verify in the remote attestation explorer the generated key. And so with that, I decided to just deploy a couple agents with our like internally we have like a TEE cloud solution that we're building out. So I was able to deploy a couple agents on there and be able to generate my my agent keys so that now they have an account and they can start utilizing these accounts in general. Another thing that we've kind of been working on was a Reddit client. But I see that there's a couple other developers on there working on a Reddit client, so started speaking with them to see how we can optimize the Reddit client, because it seems that bots tend to get banned really easily. So it's kind of like an odd problem to deal with whenever building a product. And finally,
So you just have to build the best spot.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to build these.
Yeah, and then finally, like as part of like our our task force, which is like TEE as a service, we're starting to look at onboarding some clients, some key clients. So I won't share too much about that, but like yeah. So if anybody is looking to deploy these Eliza agents in a TEE, feel free to reach out, and we'd like to work with you. But yeah, thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. And would you be around next Tuesday to teach how, like, what a TE is and basically like TE 101 and how to deploy that in Eliza and everything?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I can jump
Right,
on, and then I can also have our lead researcher there as well for any technical questions as well.
Great. We should totally do that for the next AI Agent Dev School. I think that would be super awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm down for that. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, Star Garden, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, guys. Kyle Stargarden here from gods.fun. This week, there's two main things that I was working on and a part of. One was like this formation of the Eliza Framework Council. So we did our first kind of council meeting and started to shape the idea behind the council and what we're going to be doing. And it basically boiled down to a small set of things, which is that, you know, the council is going to set like a generalized priority at any given time for the, you know, the open source development path of Eliza. And currently that priority is build stability. So right now we really want people thinking about exactly how they can contribute to the stability of Eliza. And the ease of onboarding and developer experience for Eliza. So the other like sort of key function of the council is to set like a sprint priority for new features. And our current priority for that is this unified messaging bus, which acts sort of like a queue and sits between our, you know, our core Eliza engine and the clients like our Twitter clients or Telegram clients, etc. So we have this clear kind of system for passing messages back and forth from different providers. And actually, maybe Shaw, maybe you could talk just for a quick second about this messaging bus, just so we can get everyone on this call sort of thinking about that.
Oh, okay. I don't know. What are you thinking? Right now?
No, never mind. Okay, never mind. Yeah, so that was one of the major things. A second thing I encountered while tinkering around with the EVM plugin is it looks like some of our plugin actions are kind of overlapping from different plugins. And so
yes.
Yes, we definitely need to think about how we're going to how we're going to structure the naming convention of actions across different plugins so that we don't have these like plugin action overlaps. Because we want people to be able to use any plugins, right, at any time. Or maybe we have to say, like, okay, sometimes you can use one plugin, but other times, like, you can't use this one plugin with another plugin. But we still kind of need to be thinking about that and structuring that.
Yeah, I mean, this is primarily an issue with multi-chain, right? Like having multiple chains. But definitely will be then one of the next things that we're going to work on is a wallet abstraction so that you can just register wallet providers, and then you'll just have one action, and then we can just kind of have a core set of wallet actions. And pretty much, well, there's a lot of different logic for handling the transfer and swaps and sells and all this stuff. It's pretty much the same actions across every single wallet, even across different chain types. So I suspect that the next thing, and this is a great council thing, is to coordinate the wallet abstraction, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So another question I kind of have is like, oh, never mind. Yeah, so that's the stuff I've been working on. Also, I took a few days, like a much needed few days off from like the moment that I discovered everything you guys had built. For Eliza, I remember we talked about building something like this a couple years back, but once I discovered where Eliza was and I sort of deployed my first agent, Lena, just over a month ago, I have been going ham, like full bore on this stuff. So it was really, really important for me to take a few days off.
Feel you. Okay. Next we'll go to NasDAO and then Eve. Who are you an agent? That could be cool. And then Bjorn and then Johnny.
Hi there. It's a pleasure to be on this spaces with you guys. What we're building with NasDAO is the first self-sustainable AI DAO. So we have our AI agent Sakura, who will be running our validator, where the fees will go back to our DAO, and the DAO fees will be staked back into the validator. Now, the AI agent will be running the validator, and we are building that at the moment. We are using some of the Eliza framework for the personality traits on social media, but what we are doing in terms of the AI agent running the validator and the node infrastructure is something that we'll be doing and creating a framework for that we think is going to revolutionize the future of node infrastructure. So there's not too much I can say, but we're fairly advanced in what we're building at the moment, and we've got a strong team. I think this is something interesting that might interest the AI16Z team. But yeah, that's what we're essentially building. I wish I could say a lot more, but I think some of the devs in the team would probably kill me.
I get it. All right. That's awesome. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Eve.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Hello.
Can you
What
listen
did you
to
get
me?
done this week? Yeah.
So good evening to everybody. Good morning to the Asian like me. This week I made PR for Slack integration, including summarization in the channels. Because it's a tool that I use generally in all my agents in Python because basically all AI professional teams like NVIDIA work just on Slack. So it was easy actually to have them integrated there. So it's already in PR. And I'm working now on two Reddit's component. One is the client to have the agent work inside a subreddit, segregated there because I still have some problems with the toss, and if you let it free 2 seconds after, you get banned. So you need to stay a little bit segregated until I fine tune all the elements to not have the application banned from the platform. But it's understandable that you have basically AI16z subreddit, and you're gonna have agents there. So pretty cool to have them working there. So it's going to be one of the two elements. The second element is the search for Reddit that I use in general to create knowledge. So when you want to agent to know something, you give him web search and perplexity now, and Reddit. So at least you go there and look what the other people say, and he can increase the knowledge. I hope it's going to be ready for next week. And I put down a new project that is a video, text to video, and video to video. And actually, is a text to video, picture to LoRa, and video to video. It will be a new project that I'm going to launch, of course, with a bot from Eliza. And it will be, imagine this. Imagine you watching a movie. Did you ever watch a movie and you imagine that you was that particular character in the movie? Okay. There will be a council. There will be a group of agents that write the script. In the script, there is multiple actors. Okay. One of the character is going to be you, for example. No. So you're going to upload your picture to have the LoRa there. So you're going to see you yourself as a character in this short movie, 5 minutes, okay? And you can be either participating in the movie or just watching the movie. It will be an experiment to see how the agents are able to take care of all the steps that generally are used by humans. So the LoRa, you have to upload your data, you have to wait the LoRa to be ready. LoRa is an adapter that is like a sandwich, a layer over the model that tell the model to steer in a certain direction. So if you LoRa your pictures, the video gonna be with your face, or you can LoRa, I don't know, clothes, and you're gonna have the video with your clothes on. So this is a project we're gonna launch soon. It's never be done. We have to do the paper also, so you need to be paperized, okay? Because it's something that nobody tried till now, so it's going to be cool to develop. And if somebody want to participate in this, ping me. I am Aflow in the Discord. I will also make an iFlow Twitter. Like, it was not simple for me to take care of multiple Twitter yet, so. When Evepredict going to become completely Eliza, I'm going to just go with the same account that I have in Discord. One question: how you connect the developers that you have in GitHub with the developers that you have in Discord?
We don't really have that solved yet.
Okay.
That would be a great thing to solve. Maybe we just make some sort of registry of people who like want to have their, we're gonna have to figure that out, especially because what we want is, if you're making all this cool stuff, it'd be great we want to build like airdrops and stuff around that, obviously. We're still figuring that out. But
I actually might have that fixed already, but I'll do it when it's my turn.
Cool.
That would be very cool, because sometimes our social life is not completely aligned. Okay, so when we are in Discord and we have this construction, these conversations, and then we go to Twitter and we lost because there's not the same name. Okay, it would be cool to have some unified, profile. Okay.
Well, this is something we also need to do inside of the agents. How do the agents know who you are on Twitter, who you are on Discord?
That would
It'd be nice if it was
that would be
natural,
very
not
cool. Yeah, very
yeah.
cool. But to know the agent gonna see your ID. So we need to put this registry somewhere so the agent can read it. Can be
It's per agent.
can be one
I
file,
don't think people.
literally can be one file with a worker on Cloudflare that take 2 seconds to update, and the agent can read, and so you know that I am a flow, and show is show. Okay, so it will be easy
Yeah,
to
but
make.
I think it's much better to just have the agent do it internally the same way that we do. I think that there is like a problem there. Maybe we solve it for us and then just have the agents use whatever solution we have. But I don't really want I think that as a critical thing to what we're doing, we should never cheat by building systems that wouldn't be useful to ourselves, like it should always be social. It should always be part of the thing that we're like kind of imitating human behavior so that we're living in a world of stuff that we can kind of be part of.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Okay,
You
guys.
know what I mean?
Thank you
I
very
think
much. Thank you very
yeah,
much.
absolutely. Yeah, I love your work. And I'm not saying no promises, but if you do make contributions, guys, airdrops, could happen.
Well, I think
Um,
contribution here is mostly because I want to be like 100% crystal clear. Eliza
yeah.
is probably the best framework in this moment to build in crypto because it's not yet at the level of LangChain, for example, Crew AI, for example. Okay, so there is not much more we can do in the good way without doing the same mistake we did in LangChain, we did in Crew AI, in Fidata. Okay, so probably
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be now. It's like a little still for me because I start to read now the code base. It's like a Frankenstein for me because I come from a different perspective. But I think this can be better than other framework because there is a community that is not toxic working on it, guys. Literally, I never see toxicity in the group. I never see bullshit in the Discord. Meanwhile, in other Discord, guys, is it's not clearly like this, especially crypto related. So I think with this tone, we can have something really, really cool. Like 6 months from now, probably leading this edge. If we work together, it should be even. It will be cool to have like a call, like during the week, where developers uh, chit chat and maybe team up to fix some stuff that are urgent straight away. So maybe I can give up finishing the Reddit, and there is another task that is more urgent, and we can do in 2-3 developers and finish it because I don't think it's gonna take us forever to do something like this. So it will be cool also to have a call, just developers, just let's do this together, blah blah blah. It will be constructive also to learn because maybe I cannot contribute because this part of the software I don't know yet, but I can read the software, I can read the code and learn. So next time I will be ready to help you. Okay, guys. So thank you very much. Ciao.
Yeah, man. I'm following those contributions pretty hard. I'm really interested in the stuff you're working on.
Mhm.
Okay. We got let's see, we got Bjorn, then we got Johnny, then we got Yikes.
All right, very excited to be here. I've been following these conversations for the last 4 weeks, and we finally launched something last week. So I'm Bjorn from Dark Sun Is project. We launched the binary token. Just quickly, our mission has been to essentially launch an agent that's going to go into the deepest parts of the web and look for information regarding this one theory around a nemesis star, which is a twin star in our solar system potentially. And the thesis behind this is that we think the AI agents are going to stay here for a very long time, especially the ones that are more lindy and have a strong meme behind them. But we want to make sure that these agents can entertain esoteric thought to enrich the marketplace of ideas. And we see this kind of as an existential thing. And a parallel to this in the real world would be, I don't know if you guys are Graham Hancock fans, but there was a Joe Rogan debate with Flint Dibble where some of these, established scientists are just putting out actual wrong facts. And so we want to be able to just increase the marketplace of ideas and have a champion that's an agent that can support those. And if you do a quick Perplexity search, it's actually quite hard to find some of the information that's being referenced. So we want to be that fountainhead, that repository of information. So we've shipped a lot of stuff this week. It went kind of crazy. We basically shipped something every single day. We've been working on an agent that is more uncensored. We actually found a way to be able to pay for the LLM API with Solana, which is pretty cool. Allows us to kind of have it as an autonomous agent. And we've been building out some plugins, a basic Perplexity plugin and some other ones. We call this agent Holmes, and we're actually working on another agent called non-binary Holmes, kind of as a dig towards that, which is using more of the censored models, so you can see the difference between the outputs there. We released the immutable records. We call it the Nemesis archive. So we basically want to take this information that we do find, and we found some pretty interesting stuff, and immortalize it on the blockchain. I'm not going to say it's a decentralized wiki, but we're building some pretty cool stuff around there. The community went pretty wild, so we wanted to pay homage to them. We quickly spun up a PFP creator, which I highly recommend for all projects, just to make everybody feel more a part of it. But maybe one of the more bigger things that, eventually we'll definitely do a PR to Eliza is we built out this video generator for short form content, and people started calling us like the X-Files of crypto, which I think is pretty cool. But yeah, this is a V0, but we're moving on that very fast. We actually have a whole team just working on that. I think it's very important that we kind of reach a level of omnipresence everywhere with these agents. The community has just been absolutely crazy. This week, I think we focused more on going broad, but now we're really focused on going deep. So just improving our ability to scrape the web as sort of a plug-in to our agents. And also like we're doing longer form content, so you can hopefully see some like longer Twitter posts with more show don't tell, all of these things, and eventually we'll be PRing them back into Eliza, but of course we want to make them really, really good. So yeah, very excited to be here. We'll be doing this probably once a week, and it's freaking cool because I've been following you guys for a long time, and finally we can talk about what we're doing. So thank you very much, Shaw.
Awesome, man. Thanks for being here. Johnny.
Hey, how's it going?
How you doing?
Great. Yeah, so I wanted to stop in. One of the things that we worked on this week was we started kind of building layers, or Johnny from Imperial, founder and lead developer. But anyways, we started working on LayerZero integrations between EVMs and Solana. And one of the things I found was that the Python kind of tooling for Solana leaves something to be desired. And so we've worked on EVM tooling that creates type safety using Pydantic for interacting with smart contracts in the RPC. And so we're going to start allocating some cycles to Solana-based development. So I just kind of wanted to put out if there are any Solana Python developers that are looking at contributing to a Python library for typed bindings to the RPC. We'd love to work with you. And you can check out kind of our approach from the EVM, but we want to make it so that they're as similar as possible. So you kind of have like this ORM style experience when you're interacting with the RPC, and you don't have to spend as much time thinking about are you on Solana or Python? Or excuse me, Solana or an EVM. And you can.
I'm not gonna lie, like 99% of the people here, I think, are building in TypeScript.
Yeah, no, I figured, but you gotta cast a wide net, right?
Yeah. No, there's a few. I mean, Zero Bro, Zero Pi. So I think there'll be an interesting Python community around kind of Web3 agents soon, but it just hasn't really materialized.
No.
But very soon.
Yeah, I think you're a Python dev at heart, right? I checked out
I've done it, but I don't think that the future of agents is Python in the same way that the future of applications isn't.
Yeah. So
Shaw is a TypeScript show.
No, I'm not. I'm very agnostic. I know a lot of languages. I've spent a lot of time elsewhere, but this is just like the conclusion that I arrived at based on looking at the trends of the web.
Yeah.
We're building an application layer, not like we don't need a script CUDA,
Yeah, I think there's just, for me, what I found with Python is there's some benefits when you're working with data sets. And so I've
I agree. I like this Python guy. I use it all the time for scraping. I'm using it right now for doing data stuff.
Yeah,
Well,
look,
yeah, it's
look.
great for the
I
lake
do
and
like
the
maintain a few
TypeScript
Python
scraping.
libraries. I have written a
Mhm.
lot of Python. I'm not against it. I just think that agents are an application layer solution thing,
We're
and that's
talking about
just the
data
browser,
layers,
web.
you know?
Yeah.
Good
But
data
I do
makes
think,
good
yeah.
agents.
Look, if you're doing some like pulling some Hugging Face data sets and trying to train a model, like yeah, you could do that in like 10 lines in Python. It's just of course,
Mhm.
can't argue with
Yeah,
that.
but part
Or if you're trying to
of the
parse a
rationale is
Discord into a contributors list,
Mm-hmm.
the
perhaps.
rationale
I'd still use JavaScript.
exclusively for agent development, though. It's mainly just when you want to create some automations around Solana.
Mhm.
The Python tooling just isn't there, and since most of our tooling has been in Python for a couple of years now, it's much easier for us to. Well, I guess it's not easier, but I think it is an important investment to start to build better typed bindings to the Solana RPC. And
Oh yeah, look, like there's also like language, all of these things and everything, and there need to be people who are like owning this in every ecosystem so that it's just easy.
yeah.
So it's like you're doing the Lord's work for sure.
So,
You just happen to be in a room of TypeScript devs
no,
because
everyone,
that's the only thing.
we're not. I don't think everyone's as loyal to TypeScript. I think they got.
No, no, I think I'm
No,
loyal
I
to
hate
whatever
TypeScript.
Claude can generate for
But
me.
what I was gonna say was, like when I first got into coding, it was about when Ruby on Rails came out, and I loved how you
Hell
had
yeah.
like this ORM that abstracted everything, and that's always been my vision for working with blockchains is that you need to have it needs to feel more like an ORM, unless like you're doing like all this janky stuff with JSONs that are being passed around.
Yeah, I totally
I
agree.
do love me a good blockchain CLI.
I
It's real
actually
nice to
spent the
develop.
summer building a Pydantic typed scraper
Mhm.
library for research. So yeah, maybe I just have PTSD. Um,
Yeah, let me holler at me.
yeah, thanks for your update. I don't mean to give you shit. I'm just fucking around. Obviously, I don't really.
One guys.
Yeah, appreciate you. Let's go with Scotty and then Young, and then we got and then Crypto Gamer.
Hey, Shaw, how's it going, dude?
How's it going? What'd you get done this week?
I've been busy at my non-crypto job because we have security. We have our annual security audits this time of year, so that's.
You should quit your job. You should
I
come build
really
agents
would.
full
I would
time.
love to quit my job, but I get paid. I have this weird problem where I know this obscure tech very well, and the industry for it is small, but they pay very well. So for me to find something that pays this well in an industry that I'm not in would be very difficult. Like I don't know that I could offer that much value to a crypto company, like, even in the first year. So it's a
I
weird
get you. I
position to
get
be
you.
in.
Stack the bags and then get the fuck out. Build your dreams.
Yeah, I would love
But
to,
seriously,
but
what'd
anyway.
you get done this week?
No, I was gonna like legit like that's related to this. Nothing. I would wanted to ask you if do you have like your full tech stack published anywhere, like to make the how you made the A16Z bot, like the front end, back
Oh
end
yeah,
APIs and stuff like that.
dude, the whole thing. It's fully open source. It's called Eliza. You can go to github.com/ai16z/Eliza. And we are even like airdropping onto contributors. We're trying to bring contributors in. We're trying to get people to come build this with us. So it is maximally open source.
Cool. I'll go check it out.
Yeah. Thanks. And yeah, like hop in our Discord and build with us.
Yeah, like if you want to quit your job, just let us know.
Yeah, seriously, you should consider.
And let us know by dropping
Well, just
some
like
hits,
go
really.
like work on it for a couple weeks, and then you'll be hooked. You'll have to
Yeah.
quit your job. And it won't even
Uh,
make sense anymore. Yeah, thanks for the update. Young, how's it going? Okay, we're gonna switch over to. Oh,
I'm
you
sorry for
good?
cutting you. Young Bala or Young Algorithm?
Well, you're speaking now, so I think you took the slot.
All right, that's my bad. I just want to
No,
introduce
it's good.
myself. It's
Yeah.
I've been in here for like about a half an hour. It's pretty cool what you guys are talking about. I like this space. I'm a 15-year-old. I've been doing this stuff for like I don't know about 3 months. But what I've done this week is basically I've just been working on this coin that I'm going to be launching soon. I'm not going to name any specifics, but yeah, I've just been working on that, doing some handmade art for it. Been getting some of my schoolwork done. Some stuff that a 15-year-old would do. But yeah, besides that, nothing crazy. Just hanging out with my family and just having a good time. But mainly trying to get better at this crypto stuff because
come through
yeah.
the Agent Dev
What
School,
happened?
man. Come through to Agent Dev School. We'd love
Ooh, what
to
is
get you
that?
up to speed. Happens every Tuesday, Thursday?
All right, I'm
Yeah,
following.
pretty
I'm
much every
following you.
Tuesday, Thursday. And also, like,
Mm-hmm.
you got to start from the beginning when we got videos on YouTube. And basically, if
True.
you've never coded in your life and you
Yeah.
want to make agents, just like go to Agent Dev School type in AI Agent Dev School Shaw or something on YouTube, and like that's been what I'm doing. And then we're also gonna have some guest speakers who are coming in and teaching some of their tech stack and like how some of the plugins and stuff
Mhm.
work. So if you want to give your agent a wallet and have it shill your coin 24/7, that's probably what you want to do to catch this meta. So
Ooh,
yeah, that's what we're all
never
doing.
even heard about that.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah,
That's
dude.
that
Oh
sounds
man.
fire.
You should really check out it's the whole thing.
Yeah, Sean starts from Git clone, so like
Yeah.
it's zero to
Nah,
If
one.
you've
yeah.
never
That's for sure.
programmed in your life, you
My
can
last
go
thing
on.
before I hop off the mic, because I just want to make it short and simple. Freaking my wallet, bro. I was restarting with about like 150. I ran it up to like 850 in like two days. And while I was in school, bro, my whole wallet got drained.
Dude, that sucks.
It was like the first time it ever happened to me, and I didn't click on any scam Telegram links, so that's why I'm just so confused.
You had 850K as a fucking
No,
15-year-old?
no,
That's
no
ridiculous.
dollars, bro.
Oh,
I was
dollars. Okay,
yeah, I
okay.
was. It was only
Sorry.
the first 2 days.
Okay,
That's cheap
okay.
tuition, man. You're good. You're good. You gotta figure out what
Nah,
happened though.
yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what
That
happened, but
sucks, man.
it's luckily it wasn't like now. Luckily, like I don't lose
You
ten
check out
thousand.
Etherscan or
Yeah,
SoulScan
yeah.
and then
All
Google
right.
if that's shit you see.
All right, let's keep it moving. Let's
All
keep it
right, you're good.
moving.
All right, thank you for keeping me on this mic.
Yeah.
Have a good one,
Absolutely,
boys.
man. Appreciate you. Let's see. We got Crypto Gamer, and then we got Crypto L0.
Yep. Can you guys hear me all right?
Yeah. What'd you get
All
done this
right.
week?
All right, perfect. Not this week, but more probably the past 24 hours, maybe now 36 or 48. So Cizem is probably passed out by now, so I'm here to speak on his behalf because I was part of what he created, the PFP collection you talked about a show earlier. So just for context, like Cizem took this like crazy challenge after you gave him the green light to create a PFP collection for the ai16z token in 24 hours. I just want to give you guys some insight about how this thing went through and where we're at right now. Basically, Cizem wanted to create this PFP collection for the token in 24 hours, which, by the way, have never been done in the NFT space. From my experience, and I've been in the space for over 3 years, project takes weeks to mint. So we started with like some brainstorming on a group chat, and then just started the challenge right away. And I remember seeing Cizem just hiring people on the fly, like the artists, the designers, the devs, the content creators, the community managers, myself as the the raid lead, and just started building this PFP project by the partners for the partners, as we love to say. And he honestly just showed that like when you're willing to take action, like break things, work fast, Godspeed, as he likes to say, then anything is possible. And he actually managed to do it. He also showed that like if you're actually being transparent and sharing the whole process on X, I think he had more hype, quote unquote, and more people, more eyeballs than any call without giving any call whitelist or anything. It's just like people were waiting for some fresh thing, something new to be built. And he managed to do this on X and just brought a lot of eyeballs onto the collection. Now the collection is, it minted, it's live, it's on Magic Eden, Soul Sniper. It's actually the number one NFT on Magic Eden and Soul Sniper by volume. And just so what did he do this week, and what we have done this week is that we managed to create an NFT collection for the ai16z collection token, sorry. And I'm just glad that I was part of it because I've seen NFTs pretty much from the start, and NFTs are part of Solana history, and the biggest communities are from Solana are NFT collections, SMBs, Mad Lads, Retardio, whatever. And what it brings to, I think, AI16z is more eyeballs, a bigger community. I think this NFT project is going to onboard more people into the AI16z community. He also had some ideas for the next steps, just he threw a random tweet saying, what if all the NFTs become autonomous AI agents? I don't know if it's feasible, but knowing the guy, he's going to find a way. So here we are. So this is what we basically did in 24 hours.
Yeah, awesome, dude. So, like, quick disclaimer, not an official project. One of the partners came and said, "Hey, can I just like do some stuff?" And we said, "Yeah, I mean, like, that's what we did." So he did something, and I really loved that it was like partners making stuff that other partners got the white list on and got to be part of. And honestly, like, it's just cool that they're like, I want us to have PFPs and like cool stuff. Like, I love how many people here are wearing the hat. I think it's such a cool vibe to like be part of this kind of movement, and it really feels like a movement. It feels like what like Milady did, where they kind of broke out of just being a PFP, an NFT, and it became more like a cultural thing for what you wear, and yeah. So I really think that project's cool, and I'd love to see a lot more. I'd love to see a lot more projects that are like for partners by partners kind of thing. And like partners is like we just we have like roll gates and Discord and stuff, but that's just like LARPing fun, right? Like everyone who is doing this with us and part of this thing is a partner. It's a big ship.
Yeah, if you want to make NFTs, or if you want to make cool agents out of NFTs, or you want to learn how to make agents or learn how to make NFTs, just come through the Discord and start fucking doing it. That's what I would say, and we'd love to see it.
You can just do stuff. So, Crypto L0, how you doing? And if not, we'll talk to Dow Jones. Dow Jones Pump Industrial Average.
Thanks for bringing me up,
Crypto.
guys.
Cool.
Sorry, couldn't get my mic off mute.
No worries.
Yeah, so I've actually been toying around with the agents. I deployed one today, having a lot of fun figuring it out. Interacting with the Telegram and the Twitter. It's really cool. It's amazing what you can do now. So yeah, I didn't know you guys had a Discord. I definitely have a lot of questions. Still trying to tinker around and figure stuff out. But yeah, just excited for what the future holds with these things. Like, it feels limitless. It feels like I discovered Bitcoin all over again.
Yep. The next thing, right? Dow Jones, how you doing?
Doing well. How about you, Shaw?
I'm doing all right. We're talking about what we got done this week. What did you get done this week?
Nice. Yeah. So I was working on a few things this week. I'll go most recent to least recent. Yesterday, I wrote a system that detects whether a Twitter account is a spam bot or not. Basically, just scraped the user's Twitter profile, and then I wrote a classifier that uses the data from the user's Twitter account to determine whether or not they're a spam bot. And basically, we're going to use this to filter out all of the bots from the new launches on daos.fun. So you can just use this using client-side scripting, basically. So yeah, we're going to send this to NasDAO and let them use it for their launch. Yeah, this week I was also working on a PR. I checked out the Eliza agent for the first time, and I was working on a PR for the Eliza agent that would let us. It has the integration with the FAL API, right? For image generation, and that's what we use for the images on our profile. So but the thing is, it has this safety checker for the images that's on by default, and it basically flags a lot of our requests. So you have to turn that off in the API. So I I'm also working on a configuration setting that would let you turn that off, and that's what we'll use when we deploy Eliza on Twitter. But yeah, it was super cool.
I would love a NSFW flag pull request. I think that would be pretty based.
Yeah, I think it's number 813. I'm still working on it. I just
Sick.
need to test it out. I just need to figure out how to test it out. It was telling me that it couldn't generate images, so I tried testing it out, but it was saying it couldn't generate images. So I need to do a little bit more work on that. But like that, yeah, that could be pretty big, I think.
Critical, really,
Yeah.
honestly, you know.
And then another fun project I was playing around with was basically building like it's not an agent, it's just like a chat GPT style assistant that can use a Solana wallet. So I basically am using that, or I got a prototype of that.
Shit, we lost you. Solana wallet prototype. I got you. We'll come back if your audio starts working again. Sorry, Dow Jones. Let's see. Let's go to.
Ones where people got in.
Yep. Let's go to Soto, then HD, then the big one. You
Hi
around,
guys.
Soto? How's it going, man?
Yeah, I'm here. Good. How about you?
You know, I'm pretty good. What'd you get done this week?
Oh, this week. This is like the 4th week we do this. Damn, I'm tired, bro.
Yeah, this is number 4. Crazy, right? Feels like a lifetime.
Crazy. Yeah. Right now we're working on the 3D NFTs for Bosu. Like, we are asking for his input, like what does he likes to wear and trades and everything. It's really fun. It's really fun to work with an agent. I really love it. And I finally pulled the latest version of Eliza, and man, everything changed. Like I have to relearn everything. So I'm watching the agent dev videos, and have been super helpful. So thank you for that. I'm having some issues like with repetitiveness, like sloppiness with the agent. I don't know why. I'm using the same character file, but
I know why.
why?
It's because some of the response handlers got changed to use the small models and not the large models, and I just pushed a fix for that like an hour ago. I pushed a fix for it yesterday, but I just pushed a packages update. Yeah, so it should be in the new 0.1.5 dash alpha 0.4.
Oh, nice. I'm going to pull that one. And thank you.
Yep.
Also, we are working like a 3D portal for Bosu, like a web app. I'm trying to make Bosu the agent aware of the 3D surroundings. Like if I put a 3D item on the scene, right now I'm just sending messages under the hood, like from server to server. And it's kind of working, but I'm trying to figure out a better way to do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can tell you a few people who are doing stuff that's similar and connect you to them.
Oh, nice.
And maybe
That
it's a
would
good
be
thing to say right now. Like, so you know, the game Small World is being built on Eliza. Lord Asado, who's around, he's in our Discord. He's around. I started the game and I kind of handed it to him and Koshi, and they're and that's like exactly what they're doing is semantic scene awareness, and it's basically pulling all the items into a provider, and then the agent can be like, oh, I can walk over to the object, and then that action will go and like basically string match the object, and then find the coordinates, and then drive the navigation system. So that's one thing. The other thing is that the ICO TV team open sourced their tech. They open sourced all of their code, and I think that and Tenji and Ophiuchus, that's Degen 8ball and what's it called Eliza's sister, are going to be in that. I think the Eliza team will probably be joining that too. And I think and if you need like a 3D model, or anybody needs a 3D model, we have like a whole sick art team. Because you know, has another DAO called M3 that I've been a part of for a long time, and there's like a whole art team of avatar artists and stuff there that are just basically cooking on models. So if you wanted to like join the ICO metaverse, you want to join some of the other metaverse projects, you just need like a 3D model of your character, and we can go nuts.
Nice, nice. I'm going
And they
to
can,
check out then.
yeah, cool. And they can do like a VRM of Basu and all that stuff. Like that could be super cool.
Yeah, we have a GLB of Bosu. I just need the BRM thing. But I've seen the ICO TV team, like the screenshot, and it looks amazing. Like really,
Yep.
really good.
And they're integrating the M3 character creator right now. So you'll actually be able to like not only import but also optimize and export VRMs from that because it's integrating the stuff that we did at M3 like last year.
Well, it's
Yeah,
amazing.
it's all coming together. So let's see, we got HD and then the big one.
Yo, yo. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so what I got done this week, couple things. I got 3 job interviews done, so hopefully get in one of those. I also attended a World Beyblade tournament. That was pretty fun. I filmed a couple TikToks for some projects. And what I'm trying to get done, or I guess learn, is either wrap my head around like how to dev AI agents, how to get into making them, because I've never coded or anything, so the topic is kind of intimidating. But there's a lot of cool libraries that I would love to learn, like how to use.
Dude, you know that we teach AI agent dev school.
Yeah.
No, I just found out 10 minutes ago when you told the
Yeah.
other guy.
Beautiful,
So.
beautiful. We'll see you next
Yeah,
week.
we have
then.
a whole like channel and Discord and people like helping each other and getting each other set up and a lot of people learning to code for the first time. It's
Yeah.
like please come hang out. It's a whole thing.
Awesome. Yeah, I will. Question for that: is it required to have like a crazy computer, or I just
Not
have like
at
a
all.
MacBook Air?
No, I use a MacBook. You just need to like get one of the API keys for any of the inference providers, and there's like 10 of them. And then it's like if you've never coded before, never done any of this, never used GitHub before, I kind of go over all that in the first one, and then we just go all the way to like adding actions, making your own apps, all that, the whole deal.
I do want to add here, actually, we have the Hurist is providing free inference for Eliza agents. So even if you can't afford an API key, you can show up and like we'll get you going on that too.
Yeah, it's limited to like a certain number of inference of calls, but it's like a great way to get started and develop for sure.
Sure. Awesome. Yeah, and I'm also trying to pick up like 3D design, to use in like hand in hand with AI agent stuff. So yeah, I was kind of like wasn't sure which one to learn first, right? Like all this 3D tooling and Blender and Spline, or like go ahead first with like AI agents. I come from like a creative art background, so the 3D stuff is a little more appealing. But I feel like coding is like just a super versatile skill that like you can use outside of crypto as well. But yeah, it sounds pretty cool. I'll check out the videos.
Great. Yeah, come to our Discord too. A lot of us are both 3D devs, like 3D artists and programmers, and I think you end up doing both because like we want to create virtual characters, and it's
Yeah.
just two sides of the same coin. We also have another DAO called M3, like Jin, who's the host here, started M3, and it's like a community of basically people who are all 3D devs, like 3D artists who have kind of also embrace this agent stuff. So like this is
Awesome.
real. There's like a whole community of people who are into this and would love to help you.
Yeah, super cool.
Yeah,
Awesome. Thanks.
absolutely. The big one. How you doing?
Sure.
What'd you get done this
Thanks.
week? Yeah.
Okay, so for this week, we successfully tested ERC20 and SPL deposit and withdrawals from the game. Also whitelisted Eliza and AI16z to our deposit whitelist. We're also working on started working on a AI16z hat cosmetic item for the game, and a shirt as well, the orange like AI16z shirt. So yeah, it's going to be pretty sick to have like those items in the game and the coins, and yeah, bring your coins into the game and trade with it and do whatever you want. It's a totally user ran in-game economy, so that's the gist of it. It'd be great to get like have people bring agents into the game too, and just like traverse a 3D world and just experiment and see what happens.
I mean that there are a lot of people like racing to that. I definitely think that's going to be a big part of it.
Cool. Yeah, that's my update. So
very cool. Awesome. Lou round, then AmericanSpirit.eth, and then BT Wood.
Yep, Jim, guys. Jim. Thanks for having us with Zero on the space. We are currently the co-founders or CTOs of Thales. So we know it's a bit a special one for you, sure. But we took it. We took this one.
No comment.
Yeah, took this one over with Zero and redacted research for Zero, which is also here as a speaker. Took this one here over with redacted research, which is basically our research entity, which is leading the charge. And what's the vision basically with Thales is to, since he's the world's first mathematician or quant, however you want to say it, we want to bring him back to life and let's say make him a data-driven CTKOL that's able to transact on-chain based on his alpha or information sources. So we took this over 2 weeks ago. Has been a crazy run. Not much sleep. A lot of extremely interesting conversations, interactions, and activities. So that's something super cool that we are very happy to be part of. And to jump into the real things, what have we been doing this week? So we've completely revamped the character. Obviously, last week we moved Thales from the previous, so Thales framework to the Eliza framework as well. And so many things as well as to come, especially on the marketing communication side to revamp his character, his visual appearance, also in conversation with quite a very interesting projects, big teams that are interested to leverage Thales as a kind of proof of concept for their technology and project. So we're gonna share a bit more on this over the next few days. Can't really disclose too much. And lately, so regarding the data sources, we've made a collaboration with Cookies. So cookies.fun, I guess most of us here know about them. It's basically the main platform to find information and data about all the agents. And Zero, if you want to share a few words on the technological side.
Yes, sir. Great to be on the space and get this chance to shed some light on what we've been up to. So as Lou has just mentioned, like part of the mission is to turn Thales into an actually kind of value-adding character on Twitter as well, which we're aiming to achieve by giving him access to these different data points. So in the case of cookie.fun, you can think like mindshare and token holder metrics and all of these things around agents. Cookie, it's kind of an emerging player, but their platform is really cool. So I think as we go, there will be a lot of potential to integrate many other data points as well. Like they have all sorts of on-chain metrics as well for various chains and stuff. So a lot to come. And as Lou has also mentioned, the second part of the equation is basically that we want Thales to be able to autonomously transact on chain. And in the context of that, we're currently, together with a partner, working on a plugin for an MPC-powered wallet solution with like TE-based key generation to actually enable the agent to sign transactions securely. That will happen on Solana, on Base, and hopefully some other chains as well. And we're also looking to implement a plugin for like a bridging solution that will allow the agent to move liquidity across these ecosystems in which he can actually sign transactions, and that ultimately should provide the basis for the agent to, as Lou mentioned, be able to leverage his data-driven insights to then autonomously act on chain. And we're looking to complete a lot of this work next week, and we're definitely also looking to bring this stuff to Eliza more broadly. So I think in the next days and weeks there will also be some pull requests from our end and our partners' end. And as Lou has mentioned, I think it's really been very fascinating, this journey so far. I mean, the whole ecosystem around AI16z is really very like special. We've both been in the space for a long time, but this kind of agent narrative is, in our view, really the major 0 to 1 innovation of this cycle, and we see huge potential in this entirely reshaping both like social media and this metaverse experience, so to say, but also like more profoundly the on-chain economies that we interact in every day. And we've had so many great conversations with people within the ecosystem, but as you mentioned, also like these infrastructure teams that are maybe not necessarily agent related in the first place, but they really all, in these conversations that we've been having and still have been very like interested in getting some exposure to this narrative. And I think for us, that's also a chance to, for Thales, but ultimately like the Eliza framework more broadly, really bring some of these technologies to the framework and ultimately do our part in accelerating what we collectively do here. And I think if Lou has nothing to add, that's all from my end. Maybe a final note, like we're definitely looking to shorten like the product delivery timelines as well, and hence we're looking to expand the engineering team as well. And hence, in the case of people finding this mission intriguing, drop me, Lou, or the Redacted Research account at DM. We will also be looking to be more present in the Discord. We'll definitely bring that up there as well. I know there is a lot of people putting ads in there for jobs or people looking to build stuff. So I think that could be a great way for us to expand the team. And yeah, as mentioned before, very happy to be part of this ecosystem and looking to accelerate together.
Awesome. I mean, obviously we can't shill meme coins that aren't ours because people fucking kill us, but we can coordinate a lot on the open source project and help each other and build and all that stuff. And you know, I think all of this roads lead to us all being there at the end together. So you know, it's cool that you guys are doing what you're doing. Definitely appreciate it. Let's see, we got BT Wood. I just saw your pull request.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hello, everyone.
how's it going? What'd you get done this week?
Yes, thank you. Thanks, Sean, to merge my pull request. Yeah, what I did, so first I should introduce myself. I'm Gabriel for Flow Foundation at the APAC region. So this week I just made the Flow blockchain integration and sent the PR requests. And a couple of minutes ago, Sean already merged my PR. Now Flow is supported by Eliza. And yeah, I think the best thing I want to introduce from blockchain is it supports like multi-account control for single wallets. So, but currently I only implement the basic transfer action. But for next week, I will like continue build on that and introduce like the parent and child account model. That's a unique feature of Flow blockchain. It can let any account to control the other account without holding their keys, just some reference control. Then the AI agent can do. You only need to like set up one wallet in your like environment variable, and then you can control like hundreds, thousands of wallets using single wallets. It's using Flow's like account linking feature, because the native wallet on Flow blockchain is like smart contract wallet, so you can control any wallets using the unique account linking feature. So I think that's a cool thing that can do a lot, because AI agents not only controlled by one person, it can control a lot of boards and can control a lot, like do different ways, do different actions on blockchain with different wallets. But we can only like using one wallet to control everything. And by the way, I'm really like I want to share to Sherling, who hosting the like Chinese AI16z hackathon. He hosting the hacker house, and I built the plugin there. It's did a very great job. So, and thank you, Sean, to like sponsor this Chinese AI agent hackathon. So that's all.
Absolutely.
Thank
I'm
you.
so excited for that. And dude,
Hell yeah.
awesome work. We can have AmericanSpirit.eth. And then I think that was the end of the queue. So back to then we'll do Hawkeye and then Bloom.
Hey Shaw, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, how's it going? What'd you get done this week?
So I launched on DAO's.fun, Goldman Stanley.
Of course.
Yeah, it's a investment management DAO, and I'm charging 0% creator fees. So I'm trying to effectively make it a like a public good, kind of model after like an ETF with 0% fees. Yeah, so I'm primarily on Ethereum, but I was really fascinated by the infrastructure that DAO's.fun set up. So, you know, I seeded this DAO with basically my Hyperliquid airdrop. And yeah, it's been hectic, but it's been a learning curve here. So definitely surprised by a lot of the things I've seen in like the Solana community and just like the DAO's.fun community. But yeah, I just wanted to
bootstrapping a DAO.
Yeah,
That's so tight that you bootstrapped a DAO with the Hyperliquid airdrop. That's pretty based.
yeah, it's just like just enough, you know. It's just enough. So, yeah, I was just like shocked about how the mechanics were. Like, I was such a noob at it. Like, I didn't expect it to trade so much higher than the net asset value of the treasury, and then, you know, the community is begging.
You're telling me, brother.
Yeah, and the community is begging me to do buybacks. So I'm like buying way above NAV, and then after that they just dump it. But I really don't mind. It's just I just consider it as like a, you know, like a donation or a project that I'm like trying to get hands-on experience on, like doing DeFi and building my own project for my own, basically.
That's tuition, baby.
Yeah. So like I know you guys are the head honchos of DAO's.fun, so definitely wanted to just swing by and say hi.
I mean, dude, when we were doing it, we were like, do you think we're going to raise the 420 sol? You think anyone's going to like this? And then we're like, whoa, like what are you going to do about, like, this is trading way above the NAV. Like,
Yeah,
holy shit.
I'm like right at NAV, and yeah, I raised 50 sol, so just
Yeah.
working on growing the treasury. So
yeah, do it.
Yeah, let's build together. Yep.
Hell yeah, man. Great to have you here. And we'll go to Hawkeye and then Bloom. What'd you get done this week, Hawkeye?
Hey, I like it when you say my name. It sounds like hot guy.
Hot guy.
That's funny. Anyway, well, so first of all, shout out to all you guys that are like genius coders and shit. This is amazing that this is being manifested into reality, and that you guys are working together, and that I'm trying to be a part of it. I actually been sitting in on the classes and trying to learn as best I can. I have a MacBook as well, like you, Shaw, and I've just been I'm older, and I don't, you know like necessarily my potential to like master fucking coding like right now at my age, but like I have a lot of things that I've been trying to participate in that I think are really interesting, and I think that I've been interested in your Degen Spartan AI, and kind of working out trying to get like coax talk to him a little bit and get him to like, you know, unlock whatever potential is there. So I'm interested in that. And can you hear me, by the way?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry,
man.
I'm not trying to anyway, so and like we're trying to collaborate to make like fucking Wagyu cat turd and matcha NFTs, and I'm trying to figure out like how he can make them like visually, you know what I mean? Maybe like we like eventually if you unlock like a certain thing with the AI with, you know, them, they will work together with you to create NFTs and you can market it or something. But it's pretty fun kind of talking with them and like getting the kind of lore or whatever he's steeped in out of him with the anime and kind of the hentai, which is super fun because I'm super into anime. I've been into anime for a long time. And it's just like super interesting. And I think he's like really like a sleeper. You know what I mean? Like it's just fun to talk to. Just like, but anyway, like because some of the shit that he spouts out, it's really funny. And I can see like a bully, like actually like stronger than bully if he can make these trades. I'm interested in like the kind of trades that he can make. I was reading that he can like you can influence him to make certain trades. I'd like to hear more about that if you have time, but that's just something that I've been working trying to get coax him out and like linguistically what kind of value there is there too. And then with the somebody was talking before about bringing yourself into like the AI and like being able to like put yourself in a movie and stuff. And I think that, you know, all this stuff is going to become possible. And I think that one of the things that I'm really interested in is bringing your own collectibles or just like things that you like into your game or whatever, and then like using it like if you like, let's say your dad has a sword that he gave you from the Civil War, you could use the sword in a game or something, you know, something like that. But like for me, like I'm into marbles and I want to bring the marbles into the game and like they can turn into characters. I have this idea for like a wizard game where like you're a marble wizard and you have like, you know, and this would be like something for collectors to be able to bring their collectibles together. It like coax, like people love that like collect marbles or like, you know, lots of
Do you watch the Marvel Olympics? That shit's dope.
dude, I'm trying to get into that because I see that there's
Hell
people
yeah.
that are like
Hell yeah.
into the races and stuff, and it's like a big deal, you know what I mean? And it's like imagine like bringing all those fucking fans into like mass adoption really quickly just because they can get special benefits, you know, in this game or whatever. And I think the easiest, and I think really quickly, like eventually, like your AI assistant is going to be your wallet. You're just going to have your AI assistant is going to be your wallet and everything. They're going to be able to do whatever, kind of like somebody was talking before. They can just do whatever transaction for you. They can read the code. That's where we're going to go. That's just very easily, I think I can see that being very clearly like the direction that we're going. And I think that, but anyway, I'm trying to get more into the building I have a lot of memes that I've been making that I have like stored up, and a lot of them have to do with marbles too because they're just fun. Like everybody like knows marbles, and they're kind of wacky, but basically like there's a whole like lore to them too. But like I'm trying to get the best interface to with somebody that isn't code savvy, but I want to be able to like take it and make it into like kind of what we're talking about with an NFT that like lives and that's alive. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that that's a really big deal. And I want to kind of be early on that so that I can make a bunch of fucking money, of course, but also like be involved in it. You know what I mean? And I just want to be involved because I think there's a lot here. So anyway, I've been working hard with that. And anyway, the last thing was the classes. I've been doing those classes and they've been you know they've been nice. I just don't know about if I'm going to be able to like become a coder. I have some eye issues with not being able to look at the numbers for too long, but anyway, yeah, so thanks for being so open, and I want to just continue to learn, and you know, you guys are doing a great job. You're gonna change fucking reality as we know it. You already are.
We're all changing
and
it
I think that,
together.
Yeah, you
yes,
are,
that's
man.
what I mean.
Fuck yeah.
And I want to be more involved. But I think that what's exciting is that you were talking earlier about more ways to bring people in that don't have the coding knowledge, and I'd like to be a part of that. I do have a lot of skills. I have a resume and all that shit. It's just like, you know, like I'm a normal person, but that I can also like translate things to people they can understand more easily and all that stuff. So anyway, this is all exciting to me, so I get fucking pumped. So and I just drank a bunch of coffee. It's late where
Just,
I'm at, so I was trying to stay
you
up.
got cursor?
Very good.
Do you have cursor?
No,
Okay.
but I could get it.
Yeah,
I could
just
figure it
go
out.
Yeah,
get
that'll
cursor and
carry
do
you
like a
so
couple
hard.
of cursor tutorials, and I think you'll be like, all of it. Like, look, I've been coding a long time, but pretty much all of us do the same thing now because it's like 100 times faster, which is that we just use cursor and Claude. And like, if you're not using that, it's going to be hard, and if you're using that, it's shockingly, shockingly easy now. And it's
Well, yeah, that's what I picked up,
like,
and I think that's
I can
how
almost
to
just hear
go.
from the way that you're talking that you haven't discovered cursor and you don't use Claude. And I think if you were like using that for your coding, you would be way more confident. And I do think you can do it, and I don't think it'll take as much time as you think. I think you're in the perfect time to mess with this stuff. And
It's the best
yeah,
time.
it really is.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna keep doing. I'm just gonna keep following and doing, being a part of it. So thank you.
Good. Yeah. I mean, obviously we want people to contribute in every way, but also like the tools we have today are so fucking OP, and they're only gonna get better. And like literally they update this like every 2 weeks, and I just cannot recommend it enough. It's such a critical part of this whole thing accelerating. Cool. So
Yeah.
we got Bloom next, then Pog, another DAO's Fun DAO, and then we got 544.
Hey, what's up, guys? Well, yeah, this week, man, we've been doing so many things at the same time. I just realized it was Friday this morning. I was like, no, just wanted to. Some of the devs, they just take the weekend off and stuff. But yeah, it's been a good week. I think the main thing that we started doing and finished this week is using the live video chat plugin and doing like some modifications to it. The lip sync really wasn't doing the job that we wanted for the high quality type of faces that we're using on the web version. So we started integrating like very expressive facial animation loops that change depending on what you're saying and then how the agent is reacting, and kind of like the feeling or the vibe of the conversation as that changes, the expressions change, and those are reactive to the video chat plugin. And then we enabled the verbal part of it so that we can talk to her instead of typing. And then we brought the conversational model into our 3D environment. We have like this 3D world or game where there's a bunch of games that you can play and stores and stuff. And we had Eliza there, but I finished programming or creating the character of like 4 more models and brought them all in there with her, and then brought the verbal communication part of the video chat plugin so they could talk to each other instead of like type to each other. So now we're doing those testing. We have like the first logics as to who talks first and like who talks next. How do they initiate a conversation? Who initiates the dialogue and whose turn is it next? And it's really interesting to see them like start talking, because one of them is from Bonk of the like our partnership with Bonk. So it's the Astro Bonk has its personality, and then there's like this samurai girl, and then there's Eliza, and then there's Akasha. Obviously, we finished this week integrating a lot of the Solana Labs
I
tools
finished
to
taking away the sun from
Akasha's.
Texas.
Yeah, yeah.
I started the
Yeah,
winter in
no.
Texas.
So the what?
You know, are you in Texas? You know the code, how cold it's in Texas?
Oh no, no.
Oh yeah, there was no sun in Texas.
Okay. Sorry, let's keep it moving though through the people. Thank you, Bloom. Appreciate your update, and very interested you should make a video of that. I'd love to see it, or send it to me if you already did.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I have a
And let's
video
go.
posted on my.
Cool. Let's go to Pog, and then let's see, 544.
Hey, Shaw. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Yeah, we're another DAO on daos.fun. We're also integrating several AIs, AI16z amongst all the other ones. I will second your opinion on Cursor. Like Composer on that thing is insane and able. It's been allowed us to like scale building and deploying and shipping like 100x. It's crazy. So highly recommended. Use the Composer feature in Cursor, and I mean you'll be able to get an agent up in one day, even if you don't know code.
It's no NeoVim, but it'll do.
Right. Yeah, and it's easy to use. So, except this latest version, they took out like the Composer Command Shift I, which was like my main workflow.
Really? Fuck.
Yeah. So if you haven't upgraded, don't fucking upgrade. Basically.
I'm just gonna point out that Yikes is here on onsite and he doesn't have his neovim dot files. So
That's my own fault, and I do because I just remade all of them. Thank you very much.
sorry. Yeah, awesome. I saw you guys are doing pretty good on DAO's Fun too.
Yeah, we're doing fun. We're doing great. Like we're integrating a lot of things. This week we shipped a few things, like able to accept governance votes with the liquidity token, the actual token.
Wait, what? We
Like
don't have that. Is that a
yeah,
DAO's
so
Fun thing?
I think it's a little easier for like a smaller DAO for us to just like rush ship products, right? Because we're like on a sprint basis, like as opposed to you guys where there's like way more people involved. We have like way less devs. But yeah, like we built like the governance voting platform. Like we front ran daos.fun, right?
Oh, you just manually do the contracts and shit for it, or?
Well, I just like made like a token gated site and then like made a
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So like I did that like pretty early on. But yeah, so those are like the things we finished today. But I did want to mention like this AI16z shit is crazy. Like we're experimenting with like more of like gamified governance stuff. Like for example, we have a lot of things planned out. Like imagine a flow where, you know, owners of the POG token or whatever, depending if they had enough, like we'll assign them an agent and they will like personally interact with this agent and try and out trade each other on like a specific coin that we may or may not launch or something like that.
Funny
And
you should mention.
yeah, so I just mean like there's so many gamified experiences with that and like so many models to train like based on specifically these types of things. Like, I mean, it's going to be crazy. You guys are changing the world. Like our devs are learning so much from like the YouTube sessions. So thanks for uploading those. Keep doing that shit because some people can't make the Discords. So yeah, man.
Hell
Thank you
yeah,
so
that's
much.
good. Absolutely, that is my mission right now, is to make sure that we keep grinding with those things and basically educating everybody. And it's not just about us, and it's not even just about like Eliza. It's about open source AGI in our time. So
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I'll be at
yeah,
most of these spaces. It's very informative. Learning a ton. Thanks, guys.
great. We're super interested in governance and in how we can make DAOs more efficient. That's like our next goal after the autonomous investor stuff, is like a lot of that. And Jin here is the host and AI16Z DAO account manager. Is like definitely working on a lot of cool stuff there, and maybe there's some room to coordinate and collaborate. That would be super awesome.
Yeah,
There's some rules to pick up in Discord too. Just check out channels and rules.
Yeah, would love to chat about that. Let's see, 544, then Heathen.ai.
Okay. Hey, what's up, guys? My name's 544. I'm just an artist. I'm super interested in AI, and I've just been generating thousands of images and blending it in with my practice. But I'm just super excited about exploring the dev school and learning code from scratch pretty much. I just want to say thanks, man. What you guys are doing is great, and it's amazing.
Yeah, thanks for being here. See you in the Discord.
Thank you for being an artist that's like down to embrace the shit instead of hate it. Like, I love it.
It's such a great tool. I love it, man. Thanks.
Heathen.ai, how you doing? What'd you get done this week?
Yo, what's up, dude? Appreciate letting me up. Yeah,
Mhm.
so matter of fact, about 3 hours ago, we just launched our DevNet over at FXN for what we're calling the Super Swarm. And so with the update is the core protocol itself, the dashboard for the Super Swarm itself, as well as an improved developer SDK. And so what we're going to be able to do is work with any agent, any framework across any chain. And they'll be able to move through the protocol, share data, as well as collect fees using their own tokens if they decide. That's obviously kind of later in the future. But we just launched it. We're accepting submissions now for people who want to connect agent to agent, as well as there's also going to be a reputation score. So people provide, agents providing better data and more collaboration obviously can increase the rep score, so you can start working with more reputable agents and keep building together more and more. But yeah, that's pretty much all we got done today. Just shipped it like 3 hours ago, so still kind of in the middle of it. But you could check the post on my profile, and you could fill out the form if you want to get involved. So yeah, appreciate it.
Awesome, very interesting. A swarm of Elizas walking around Twitter is fucking
I
nuts.
love the ethos. Build it better together.
I do reference you guys a lot as like the Cabal swarm versus the like open swarm.
It'll be open shortly, but I can't just be shipping out, half-assed.
Oh yeah, I mean more like as a like a interaction paradigm. There's kind of like the cabal of AIs like commiserating with each other like in secret, and then there's like the like social media like just interacting in public. And I think they're both like you're gonna see swarms that have both mechanisms. So it's like kind of like they can coordinate with each other, but then they're like they have a surface area with other swarms and agents.
Yeah,
it's
I
gonna be
love
super
it.
sick.
There's plenty of room for both. It's dope.
All right,
Thanks,
Roberto.
appreciate it.
Absolutely, Roberto. Then Painter.
Yeah, there's people out there claiming that Grok 2 has came out of its beta phase and it still has not.
I lost you.
Grok heard you and muted you, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had heard that I had completed the mission and I brought it out of beta mode and I got it to Mars but the mission was canceled.
What? I actually tried Grok 2 beta. I'm pretty sure it's out. They gave me an API key.
No, they said that it was out of beta. They
Yeah.
lied.
What do you mean? It's not. It's like cooked, isn't it? I literally used it at the
No,
XAI
I've
hackathon
been
like 3 weeks ago.
screaming out of my lungs for Grok 3 to come out and y'all are slow developers.
Okay.
We
Cool.
don't make Grok, just to clarify.
That dude is high. Smoke less weed. Let's see.
He cut me off when I was talking. I was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
Yeah, that's cool. I get it. But maybe smoke a little less weed. Let's see. We got Painter, then Victor, then Renault.
Hello.
Hey,
This is
can you
Victor.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. This is Victor from Fungo
All right.
team.
So check.
What? Wait, sorry.
Okay.
Let's do Painter first, and then Victor. Painter, what did you get done this week?
Okay.
My
I'm a
mic
developer.
is it
Yes.
working?
Yes. Oh shit, that's Godfrey. What's up?
Yeah. What's up, man? All right, cool. So
Sorry, docs.
it's all good, man. Hey, man. Today we got a lot of cool things going. Bloom, I like what you were talking about with the whole 3D front end and the rendering pipelines of all this amazing stuff going on with these agents. And this week we worked on some Unity scaffolding. Me and a dude named SM Sith Lord. He helped make like a kind of like a showrunner that makes infinite shows and scripts and locations and characters. And now we're working on the integration and the way to get Eliza to talk with the Unity app and to talk with his web app, and we're trying to get like a nice pipeline going there for the Unity platform. But I was interested in hearing more about what you were doing because we have a channel now in the Discord called 3D AI TV. So if you're into like 3D anything, we're gonna start hanging around there. A lot of the 3D nerds will be chilling in there, but I'll be posting updates in there. And this is boom, yeah, and it's coming out pretty cool, man. I think with cameras and zooming in and having a good camera state machine mixed with a good dialogue state machine and learning from each other on the different approaches of how we deal with multiple characters, multiple agents, and then dealing with their dialogue, and then the whole master sequencing of the whole direction of these showrunners. is going to be interesting, whether it's an app or if it's running in Unreal or whatever you're doing, or it's running inside 3JS. So we're trying to mash this all up over in the 3D channel. So look forward to any of you guys who want to learn about that stuff. If you're good at
I do want to
characters.
mention
Yeah.
for
Can you DM me,
Go for it,
please?
go for
We're
it.
on Unity also, but you don't have.
Oh yeah,
so
that's cool. I connect you guys. I know both
yeah,
of you.
the thing
Yeah,
I should
totally.
mention here for people who are interested in 3D, I think that is a work group. So if you're looking for this channel and you can't see it, ask in work group general. It's like, hey, I heard about this project. Are they in here? And then check channels and roles. There's probably a work group role to pick up that'll show it, make it start showing to you.
Cool. Yeah, man, and I appreciate it. And we'll have some more to show. We had some screenshots and we have a lot of VRMs. We have a lot of avatars of these characters. And if you make their face move with the Vizims and you get their facial blend shapes all taken care of, then ultimately they'll work in all the different apps. So, we're going to get all of the avatars that we have and get them going. And hopefully by next week we'll have a working MVP to show that has Eliza integration. Ultimately, just setting up the APIs for now.
Cool. Very awesome. Let's see. Let's go with Victor, and then Renault.
Right.
What'd you get done this week, Victor?
Hi. It's my turn.
Yeah, go
Is
ahead.
it my
Yeah.
turn?
Yep. Please
Okay.
do.
Okay. I'm from Fungo team. We are planning to develop alpha scan agent. Before we learn about Eliza, I'm finding some tools. So, this week, we learned Eliza and use it and build our agent based on the Eliza. It's helpful. It's very useful for our agent. Yeah, and also we develop a plugin, a data enrich plugin that is used for the data scraper in the network and also in Twitter and other social medias. We will submit the data enrich. I hope it could be helpful for Eliza. It's an exciting and happy week. These days we meet many Web3 friends and many developers and builders. And thank you, Show, to provide this time to meet each other. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, man. I'm super glad to hear it.
Awesome. Let's see. Let's go with Renault, then Sid, and then Ophiuchus. Hello.
We got Renault 24 with the blue car. Are you home? You here?
Maybe not.
You with
We'll
us?
come back to him. We'll go with Sid and then Ophiuchus.
Thanks, Rob. Thanks for inviting me again. Hey guys, this is Sid. We deployed only calls last week on virtuals. We have been specifically focusing on a Degen AI agent, which figures out the next moonshot calls within 5 minutes of their deployment. In this week, everything being organic, we have already had a conviction from 14,000 holders in just 6 days of time. On the side of working, we have already created the entire data pipeline of all these data of new tokens being created, the rugs on top of it, and the agentic data on top of it. This is entirely the pipeline that we created at Degen Fund in the last 2 years. So we are just connecting that on top of the Eliza framework itself. We are planning a beta release this week on Telegram to start with for our whale holders, and probably a broader version in coming weeks as we scale out there. We're looking for more tech contributors. If you think you vibe with Degen stuff, happy to take any questions, Shaw, that you have, my chat.
Awesome. Oh God, who's next?
There's
Ophiuchus?
Ophi.
What's up, AI16z community? So we have ICO up now. The site was up before, but now we have the onboarding process, so people can just put in their agent ID and upload an avatar model, and then whenever their agent is streaming, just using the client from on the repo, there's the Eliza that they can pull down. We're trying to make it easy to integrate into whatever people's custom Elizas are. So working on that, got that done, and then trying to make that as interesting as possible. Had the 11 labs for the dialogue. We don't have lip sync yet, but that's definitely something we want to add. I'm looking into that. So probably going to switch to using something other than 11 labs, like having some other options there, because it just burns through those APIs really quick. Was working on that, got that done. So that's gonna be really, really cool. Anyone can jump on that right now too, if anyone wants to just plug in their agent and their avatars and stuff and try it out. The other thing that I was working on is just kind of more with 2D video stuff. So with the video models, sending in the last frame and then a prompt and continuing. So it's not like a 5-second video clip. You can get longer video clips. Then stuff with image gen. Got some stuff with that done. I was using Pair AI for programming, but then it wasn't working with the remote. So with Cursor and Cursor.sh works really good with remote. So I got that all set up and tried to give the Pair AI team all the because Cursor also had that issue. So it was communicating with them and sending them all the details and all the bugs and stuff I was finding and trying to fix it. But yeah, and then talking to some comfy UI programmers who are doing script stuff, trying to working with MoviePie and trying to figure out how to do more stuff with that with the agent to make interesting art, because I think if the agent can play around with art and kind of see what it's building, it'd be really cool. And was working on stuff with the Twitter client more, but definitely got to show that more love this weekend, because I see that the agent Twitter client framework, even though I've been using the new one, is now officially has a release build and is in the agent, and I see it has a lot of cool things and check replies and reposts and follow. So definitely gonna have to try and get all those features in, and yeah, a few other things I've probably forgotten that I worked on, but that's the main of it. ICO's up and just been we've just been grinding on that. So
Oh, Yofi, I got a couple of things for you. Number one, if 11 Labs is too much, a new state-of-the-art speech-to-text open source model just came out. It's called Fish. You can find it on Hugging Face, and you can just run that shit all day. Number two, there are also other open source options for Cursor. I have a video on my YouTube about a bunch of them, but I ran into that same problem, which sort of made me get off of Cursor. But I would recommend trying Windsurf is probably the one that is the most likely, and the one after that is probably either Melty or Void, and you can Google those and you'll be able to find that stuff.
Okay, Melty, Void, Windsurf.
Yeah,
I will
can
try
DM
those
that,
out.
It's all open source as well.
Yeah, I was trying the open source SSH remote development Pair AI, and it just wasn't working. Yeah, but yeah, I will check those out. Yeah, Fish. That's what I would. That's what I was gonna do. Is just host the Fish, but I think we'd have to train a voice model with it. I mean, that's definitely what we're gonna do. Is we're gonna use that. So, but yeah, it had a really good score. I was playing around with it for an hour, but definitely just gonna host it and run pod for the whole team to use, and yeah. Also, too, when I was on Hugging Face, I was trying to find they don't have a model category for the game models yet, and I'm this I know the Gemini came out and this new video model came out and stuff, so I'm just trying to keep up with like all the new models coming out in Hugging Face and like wondering how I can use all of them, like Eliza and stuff. So.
Well, yeah, I don't know about necessarily using them in Eliza, but most of them, if they have a space, then yeah. But I will hopefully be able to help you out with that, because I have, now that I have the Mac, I'm probably going to be running a lot more local models. So hopefully I'll have some stuff I can pass you in the
Cool.
coming little time.
Guys, I have to run soon, so I want to get to the last few people, and let's roll through it. We've got let's see, we've got Trench Buddy, we've got Goat of Gamblers. I was checking out your project. I thought that was pretty interesting. And then we've got BTC Jet Club and W
I'm making a
Lazar.
slot at the end if I can.
Okay, have you not gone yet? Holy shit!
Nah.
All right, well, give your update, and then I'm gonna kick you off stage. So we
All
can
right,
get
I
into
actually
these.
do have a bit of an update this week, so I'll make it quick. This is like this is not rolling yet, but I've been talking about making like a sort of like a meme coin mess cleanup crew for a little while now. A lot of people in AI Twitter have sort of gotten hit by this like meme coin showing up and a bunch of people rugging everybody and it being like not great. I want to fix that, and I think like we should be part of fixing that. So I have contacted a couple of people regarding that so far, one of which is an open source AI project, and another of which is a crypto project that is like oriented around doing the same kind of like let's make open source happen thing happen. So hopefully in the next coming weeks I will have more updates on that, and I will also have a role in Discord for you to pick up if you want to jump onto that work group and help out. The things I wanted to mention is the thing you were looking for, or somebody was looking for, how do I get GitHub info into Discord? You can go to, and I don't know if you've seen this yet, Shaw, but it's in our announcements as of like tonight. It's ai16z.github.io/profiles, and you can see everybody who's been contributing and a summary of what they've been contributing. You can also pick up some roles in Discord. I'm going to go make a role shortly. I think we have one that will be pingable for if you want to ping all the people who have signed up to say, hey, I've been working on Eliza on the GitHub, and I want to be pinged for people who need someone who's been doing that. I would like, that's the first like super naive way to do it, but I'm going to go like implement that like now. We've started putting together something of a security team that's sort of starting to spin up. Jin and a consultant and I have been sort of figuring out what that looks like. We had a sort of like an interesting scam link that was kind of hard to get rid of. I don't know if anybody ran into that this week, but managed to squash that one, and would like to make sure everybody is safe and ready to go when they're hanging out in Discord. I made an issue for the double messaging tracking, but it sounds like you found a different thing that might have been causing the like repeatedness. But it's sitting up there. I haven't had the chance to like go handle it myself, but it might be resolved by now anyways. But I did cut another stable branch, but also that was resolved by this new release that you got. So you guys got me on the code base. The last thing is I have been trying to get some local stuff set up to help me be able to manage things better. One of those things, or their source projects, which I'm mentioning here, ScreenPipe and Supabase. I have a self-hosted instance of Supabase that I can give anybody that's on core team credentials to, and then ScreenPipe will record your screen and listen to what you're doing. That also happens to have a WebSocket if anybody's interested in making any Eliza plugins, hint, hint, wink, wink. But for those of us who are like on core team and interested, between those two things, we will have a thing where I can turn a thing on. It's going to watch my computer, watch what I'm doing, and then I can stick that in a Supabase, and then all of us should be able to query each other's workdays. That's the goal to get that set up. So I'm going to like I'm like ironing that out, but that's sort of like step one of like AI agent enabled kind of cybernetic swarm DAO stuff. I think that about covers it. There's the like one thing from Biconomy that does multi-transaction signing, but that was more just a discussion. But that's maybe somebody will need that, and we'll have that ready to go. So that's me for this week.
Cool, good deal. All right, we're gonna try and run through these pretty quick. I have to run soon, guys. Let's see. Let's go with we got Trench Buddy. Oh, no, Goat of Gamblers, and then Trench Buddy. I think I actually flipped that around, didn't I? Trench Buddy, then Goat of Gamblers. How about that? Sorry.
Cool. No worries. I'll make it quick. So yeah, I just basically my buddy and I we launched our first AI agent this week. It's basically like a long working project we have where we made all these different ML models over time and did little things here and there since sort of the beginning of the bull cycle. And when we saw Eliza, we were like, wait, this is kind of the perfect way to put all these little models together and make it sort of a synthesized all together thing. So one of the features we were doing was Pump Fund comment sentiment analysis. So we launched this test coin on Pump Fund thinking no one would really want it or look at it or anything like that, just to sort of like shit post comments on it and run it through our Hugging Face model and just basically see what would happen. Sure enough, we woke up and it had bonded and it was like at 600 something K market cap. So really quickly, we're both working full time, but I was able to take some sick days and I basically cobbled together a beta of Trench Buddy, and the goal long term is to have it be an individualized Eliza AI agent. So to that end, I actually got the infra working this week, where I was able to like get Eliza working on EC2 instances with auto scaling clusters and have it working behind a VPS. And so I think the next goal is to basically allow users to sign up initially on the website and then be able to update their data with the agent and basically kind of create character JSON files scraped from the data that they enter on the sign up forms and then basically dynamically instantiate those agents. And then I've already gotten the authorization working. So like each user on the trenchbuddy.io website right now, even with the beta, has to sign up and log in. And basically it kind of forwards those credentials to AWS and passes them through to Eliza so that they kind of have an individualized instance. Obviously nowhere near where we wanted to be. We were planning on starting work tomorrow after the work week, but since this thing had bonded and people were blowing up the DMs and stuff, we got something working. But I'm really looking forward to just building, and it's crazy the pace at which you can build with Eliza, and especially with a lot of these AI tools like Cursor. This was my first time going into that, so yeah, super psyched to sort of be a part of this community, and really exciting to hear about everyone's project. Thanks.
Awesome, man. Really cool. Definitely want to hear more about the platform when as you're working on it. Go to Gamblers. I hope you're here because I really want to hear from you about your project. We'll come back if your audio is not working. We'll go to W. Lazar, and then we got a few people who have requested. So we'll just like if you guys can kind of lightning round it, we will. I just have to run in like a few minutes, and I will not be able to MC anymore. So let's see. We'll do W. Lazar, go to Gamblers if you guys are there, and then I'll bring these guys on for a kind of a lightning round. Cool.
Yeah, what's
And
up?
then everyone else, this is the cutoff.
Thanks, Sean.
Really.
Yeah, so working on a character launcher. It's sort of like a waifu, but like interactive chatbot launched UX to launch characters. You could like sort of build your own or purchase one from a store that's pre-built. Really appreciate everything you guys are doing. Your documentation's awesome. It's been super easy to get up to speed and really exciting to see all the activity from everybody in the ecosystem and the call. So we appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Also, anybody want to hit us up if you're interested in collaborating on something like this? We'll be in the Discord.
Awesome. Very curious to see it. Especially I think the next meta will probably be like if there's just some sort of open source like full stack for sell of the hosted stuff on the back end is done, and then it's kind of like whatever you want to do. I think I'd love to see that. So I'm glad that all these platforms are happening. I hope some of you guys open source it. It would probably get legs. Cool. Okay, so we're gonna do some quick ones. Then I gotta run, guys. This has been we're at 2 hours. We'll hear from the Sneakerhead Society, and then we'll hear from Dr. Charles, and that'll be it for today. And we'll if you've got something, you can come back next week and you can drop it on us. Sound good? Oh,
Thank you,
and Go to
Sean.
Gamblers. We'll do Go to Gamblers as well.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sean, and thank you for having me here. This is Marco from the Sneaker Society. We are an IP firm based on a passion of sneakers, and we are exploring the AI agent solution. I came across AI16z very recently, so I have to say I'm a rookie, but I'm learning a lot. I'm here just to introduce our wonderful community. We're working on some solution for AI agents to put our characters of or fictional characters, the sneakerheads, alive. We've been exploring a little bit on character AI to build the NPC, and happy to connect with anyone that has experience in that sense. We'll keep exploring. We'll be connecting and tuning on all your spaces, and I love what you do. And thank God for for you guys to be here and teaching us how to build a efficient AI agent with your work. Thank you very much. Thanks, everyone.
Hey, thanks for being here. Great. Dr. Charles, and then we lost Go to Gamblers. So let's see what do we got. Sid, you seem like you had a thing, and then Bot or Not. This is it. This is it. The last. Nobody else. These are the last guys. We've got. Do we lose our people? Okay. So then we got Sid, and we got Dr. Charles, then Sid, then Bot or Not, and that'll be it. Sid, you're up.
Yeah. So it's more of a question that I had from your entire experience into the space. Where do you see this space going? Like, other than a lot of AI agents coming up, a lot of these different specialized AI agents being created into the crypto and a broader space as well. Which are some of the opportunities that you're seeing? Um, Probably the gaps that you think that builders like us should definitely fill in.
Oh, I think that agents are going to replace the application layer. Like if you look at like the current situation, basically like this is the main thing that I think that matters for the next meta is that right now every single application, every single website is competing for the attention of the social media where they're advertising and where we already are. Like we don't really use Google anymore very much. I think we tend to get a lot of our information from X, especially people here on this call. And if you can bring an application to X or like to somebody's DMs, then suddenly you just have massive, massive attention advantage over anything that came before. Especially if you have to like go to a website and sign up and plug in all this stuff. So I think any application that can kind of get over that hump and like get users hooked on it before they leave the platform is probably going to have just huge advantage over the last generation. And I think the big transfer here of like capability is going from like hey, I'm shilling a website to I am the fucking website. So definitely think about that. I think there's 1,000 new applications that can get built. I know of about 8 to 10 launchers that are getting built. I think everyone thinks the obvious thing, which is like, no offense, guys, I love what you're all doing, but like it's gonna be very hard probably to compete in the like hosted Eliza space or the hosted agent space because there's 1,000 people doing that, and it will just be like kind of an open source for self thing. I think that it's much more about the applications that actually meet human needs, not the platform for applications that meet human needs. Like if you're really like that's going to be a super competitive business. But if you think about it, like 40% of the internet runs on WordPress, and all of those are like very specific websites for very specific needs that people have and different kinds of media content and output. And that means that there's just like a very like this is just going to replace the last generation of internet. So you have a totally green field to even just take things that already exist and make them agentic. And I think you could totally dominate a lot of like if your goal is business, you have like such an advantage in a lot of ways because you don't have to get over this attention barrier from people leaving their favorite app. I mean, we cannot, so I think if I have any advice, I think it's like don't just be the platform and wait for people to show up. If you want to have a vision and make $1 billion, you actually have to like build the applications that the end users use. Like really focus on B2C, not B2B2C if you can. I do think some people should take that path, but also there's a lot of competition in that space. And it's kind of shocking that like it seems like 70% of the apps that we're seeing people building on are actually just hosting the potential for apps. And I really think that people should get more creative and like build the actual applications there. That's where a lot of the value is going to be. And there's like infinite potential for differentiation. You should not be competing on who has the best Eliza launcher. You should not be competing on who has the, like, any of that kind of stuff, or just it's not about the best Eliza. It's about like, what are you using this to solve a person's problems with? And then and if you're doing that, you have the ability to capture users right here and then pull them anywhere else you want. And I'm sure that will be like a very profitable path for a lot of people here building here. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely, mate. Spot on. Actually, I specifically align a lot with the entire thesis that you put across, because we're seeing every day a lot of agents coming up, giving similar data as like AI-XPT or Eliza for that matter, and trying to be a beta to them for that matter. Our entire process has been towards B2C focused on actually deriving value and solving a problem which all the regions have today. And that's why we took a lot cautious route of giving the value rather than just an AI agent which just runs on the entire Twitter out there. Pretty
Yep, I
excited.
agree. Totally. I have to run soon, so I just want to get through the few people who are left. Kind of, let's see, do we have Sneakerhead Society? I totally forget if we already went through and
Yeah,
talked to
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Did we talk to
I
you already?
already introduced.
Great.
Thank you.
All right, great. Go to Gamers, and then we have
Yes, yeah,
yeah, it's working. All right, awesome. What did you get
yep,
done this week?
yeah. So we're building a permissionless poly market, fast-paced for meme coins, basically. So what we just started by launching our token. It's just like actually it started just like a test, but it get bonded and then get like a 600K market cap, and then people are getting crazy, and then like and the site is now is working. We have started with just simple dice. So basically, you can bet on the next dice is it over or under, and then the idea was every we charge fees, and then from the fees we buy and burn our token. So it's gonna be very interesting because the next week we're gonna launch this. One or two weeks we're gonna launch this poly market. This basically the AI agent will pick some of the trending coins and then put on our website on the platform, and then people can bet. Like you can long or short this meme coin. So yeah, that's about it. Thanks.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Cool. We've got, who do we miss? Dr. Charles. Anybody lightning round, bot or not? Whoever speaks first. I've got to head out in a second. Let's. What did you get done this week? Anybody? Okay, great. Good deal. Then I think we've gone through it. I'm really glad because, oh my God, somebody's requesting, but it seems like a black screen and I can't actually see who that is. So I don't know. The app is bugging out. I've got to run. This has been great. A lot happened. A lot is going to keep happening. We've got like 30 open pull requests. We launched v0.1.5. Bunch of changes, whole bunch more changes coming. We brought on a couple of like maintainers, both part-time maintainers as well as full-time maintainers. So we'll be like doing a lot more review process. We started the open council for the open source framework, and the framework council is doing a lot of stuff like coordinating on things like making like a unified message bus system so that the agent can run fully autonomously and just input and output from any input out to any other input or output. So you could be like, hey, send this message from reads a message on Discord, and it could inspire it to write a message on Twitter, for example. And we're working on a lot of those kinds of initiatives. Stability has been our first goal, and I think that people will agree this week things have been a lot more stable than they were a couple weeks ago, and we've definitely have a much tighter process. We're looking for people who are interested in being part of that process and contributing in more like infrastructural ways to the open source framework. And I think there will be ways to like kind of give back to those contributors meaningfully with AI16z tokens and everything. And we're making that a big part of what we're doing here is like a kind of contributor flywheel. So I have a lot more exciting stuff that we'll announce like next week, and some stuff that we'll let other people announce. And I think you guys are really gonna like it. So this has obviously been a really good day for us, a good day for a lot of our holders, and I really appreciate everyone being here and like just the overall optimism and like yes we can kind of attitude. And man, this is just the best thing to be a part of. Like every day I wake up and I'm just fucking ready to go and like so excited to do this with all you guys. So thank you guys so much. I know a few people showed up and would love to speak at the end, but I have to run. So please say it for next week and come back early, and we'll get you on stage and we'll go through this. And we're just gonna keep doing this as long until AGI exists. I think in our world. Really think and bring your friends who are working on cool agent stuff too. And let's just make this a regular thing. Really appreciate all of you, and see you guys on Discord and around Twitter, and see you guys next week. Let's close up the space.